Part 2. Roman Catholicism, Part 2 to the Evangelium Vitae, Part 2. This is actually a bit better for me because I'm going to talk about the age of fission in Part 2, and I would say that Roman Catholicism, or Orthodox, Greek Orthodox, or Jainism, or Buddhism, or Anglicans, or Buddhists, or the whole bunch. It's a euphemism for the culture of death, all of them. Shove them over the edge. Shove them down, throw them down the well. Okay, anyway. And I'm not an atheist. I'm anything but an atheist. And I love atheists. I love people that say things opposite to my understanding, but not opposite to my feeling. That the essence needs to be there, that we connect with people that care. This is who I gravitate towards. I gravitate towards the people that care. Part 2, the age of fission. Now this is interesting because go ahead and Google the age of fission. What'll come up is my name. I will be the first Google person, individual, when you get to the age of fission. And you know, culture of death, or what I talked in my last video, was hijacked by John Paul II. Before I got to it, I was a bit late. I should have been earlier. I should have been. He did it in 1995, and with his Evangelium Vitae, and this is the age of fission, Part 2. The age of fission. And I'm going to talk about the age of fission from the point of view that it is the age that was introduced through science. And I would say this is a part of science that I consider to be pornography. Pornography. The pornography of science. And I personally feel that anyone that was involved in facilitating what is this age of fission, and of course, you know, I refer to nuclear fission, a man-made process only existing on this beautiful blue planet, so far still beautiful, can we keep it that way? The age of fission was facilitated by people, Rutherford, Maxwell, Madame Curie, who died of cancer, by the way, Röntgen, the guy that does the X-ray thing. Yeah, I guess it has some benefits. Einstein, Heisenberg, Planck, Sakharov. Einstein, Sakharov, people of conscience. Oppenheimer. And I think that we all individually have our perspective. We have our thoughts, opinions, ideas, rooted in honesty. And I say honesty, this is something that matters to me. I don't give a shit about truth in the sense that someone spouting truth who's not honest can manipulate that truth. I care about honesty. I want people to be honest with each other, with me. And when I talk about the age of fission and the pornography of science that has brought us the age of fission, I'm serious. I will discard for myself. I will discard at my own peril, in my epiphany, whatever you might want to see it as. I will discard all that which does not contribute to my well-being. And it's not black and white. It's not something that is always very clear, as in the case of Sakharov, for example, who regretted. He got the Nobel Peace Prize because he regretted having contributed to the hydrogen bomb, the bomb of fusion, the most lethal, destructive force even greater a destructive force than the atom bomb. Believe that. The hydrogen bomb. It's the ultimate bomb. It's what is on the sun. We're bringing the sun down to the earth. Like the idea of taking something that is in the cosmos, within this humongous expanse. Fusion exists, but not on a finite globe like this planet called Earth. We don't want any part of fission or fusion. Nuclear fission, nuclear fusion belongs on the sun. So don't come to me and say, oh, wow, what about fusion? If you don't like nuclear fission, what about fusion? Fuck fusion! I have no interest in fusion on this planet. But it is the life source of everything in the cosmos. So keep it where it belongs and do what has to be done here on this planet, which is primarily people beginning to care. That is the fusion. That is the fusion that we want. People coming together that care. We are in the age of fission. And if you Google the age of fission, my name comes up. Not that it matters. I don't care, I guess. Yeah, maybe, you know, maybe I can sell a painting from the age of fusion. Yeah, people are really going to line up to buy a painting based on the age of fission. So my point is that the euphemism for the culture of death is religion. And by extension, it is governments that are complicit with this concept of religion as it's being practiced in our experience now. The few people that step out are people of conscience. Quite often they are artists, which is why I align myself with artists, which is why I have chosen to do this as much as I possibly can to perfect my own self through the process of making paintings. And I'll leave it to other people to decide whether they like them or not. I have to do this because it is part of my nature. It is part of me. It's like the scorpion that stings. It's the bird that flies. It's the cow that eats grass. I don't know, whatever. It's like part of me. The age of fission. The pornography of science. And what I want to say in this second part, it's going to be a lot shorter, is that the age of fission is very closely connected to cancer. And cancer is the destroyer of worlds. Yes, Oppenheimer saw the explosion, Trinity explosion, and he said, now I am become death, destroyer of worlds. And what he understood was that splitting the atom had released the most horrendous, the most destructive part of our nature, and physically represented not as a bomb out there, but as cancer inside. It is the highest likelihood now, it is apparently in a study, 80% of women under 40 will contract cancer. I don't know why they did this in this study that 80% of women under 40 will contract cancer. And cancer is the representation in our bodies of the age of fission. Because cancer is ultimately cells being destroyed and replicated, the bad cells, cancer cells. It's uncontrolled cell growth. People, cancer is uncontrolled cell growth. What else is uncontrolled? The nuclear reactions inside the reactors, like Fukushima, 3 reactors in nuclear meltdown, which means uncontrolled growth of cells the way cancer is. It is a continuous process that can't be stopped. It goes on. Cancer in our cells, in ourselves, in our cells. We are in the age of fission. We are in the age of cancer, and cancers will be Very likely, the further this proceeds, Fukushima, cancers will be 100%. Every single person on this planet will contract cancer. Whether everyone dies, this is the mystery. Is this an extinction level event from this point of view? Is cancer, is it something that we can overcome? People overcome, like Blanche, ALM leukemia, de novo, one of the worst types of AML that you could actually contract. He has survived over 2.5 years, almost 3 years now. And most of them don't survive. This is an anomaly. Blanche is an anomaly. So don't look at Blanche and say, oh yeah, I can do this too. Well, you know what it takes? You know what it's taken this person to survive? The energy that he has put out to displace the cancer cells in his body. That's how it works. There are other people doing it their way. There is a woman called Morjami. She had a miraculous recovery from a complete, she was dead. She was clinically dead, and she can check out Morjami. This is a fabulous example of recovery on a cancer. The age of fission is real. It is a term that I have come up with. I don't understand why it was me, because it's so obvious. It's so obvious. And of course, I don't have to say the age of nuclear fission. You can put 2 and 2 together, because chemical reactions have fission. A cell splits. It's fission. It's biological. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the age of fission as nuclear fission, which is ravaging this planet. And 80% of women are going to get cancer under the age of 40, 80% of women. How fucking outrageous is that? How fucking outrageous to come up with a study that actually asserts that. And what's at the other end of that? Oh, we're going to cure them all. The cure is another thing. Can we survive the age of fission? Part 2. The science of pornography is all those that brought us the age of fission. And I'll throw them all down the well. That's my feeling. I'll throw them all down the well.